Think your cravings are just lack of willpower? Think again. They might be your gut microbiome sending you urgent messages, and those messages could be controlling your mood, your weight, even your hormones. Today on Better Inside Daily, where we help you feel your best from the inside out, we're decoding your cravings, what they really mean, the hidden science behind them, and how to respond so your gut works with you, not against you. Stick around, because you'll discover why sugar cravings might start in your gut, why your love for bread is tied to your brain chemistry, and the unexpected mineral deficiency behind your salty snack obsession. Let's start with a concept that might sound like science fiction, but is 100% science fact: the gut-brain axis. Think of it as a super-fast two-way communication highway connecting your digestive system directly to your brain. The main lane on this highway is the vagus nerve, but it's not just nerve signals. Incredibly, over 90% of your body's serotonin, the feel-good neurotransmitter, is produced right here in your gut, not your brain. This connection is so profound that scientists now refer to the gut as our second brain. Now, who's sending all these messages? Your gut microbiome. It's a bustling metropolis of trillions of microorganisms, bacteria, fungi, and viruses, living inside you. This isn't just a random collection. It's a complex ecosystem. And just like any ecosystem, it has different factions. Some beneficial bacteria, like bifidobacterium, are your allies. They thrive on fiber from vegetables and whole grains, and in return, they help keep you healthy. But other microbes, like certain yeasts and bacteria, have a sweet tooth. They crave simple sugars and refined carbs to multiply. Here's where it gets personal. When the sugar-loving microbes start to outnumber the good guys, a hostile takeover begins. They aren't just passively waiting for their next meal. They actively manipulate you to get it. How? They release specific chemical byproducts or metabolites that enter your bloodstream. These molecules can mimic your own hormones, increasing ghrelin, the hormone that makes you feel hungry. They can also directly influence the reward centers in your brain, making you feel a sense of pleasure and relief when you finally give in and eat that sugary snack. It's a brilliant and slightly terrifying survival strategy. The good news is, you can fight back and regain control. This isn't just theory. It's backed by compelling research from institutions like Harvard and UCLA. Studies have shown that by intentionally changing the gut environment through diet, probiotics, or prebiotics, we can dramatically shift the balance of power. In controlled trials, participants who increased their fiber intake or took specific probiotic strains reported a significant reduction in cravings for sugary and high-fat foods, sometimes in as little as 2 to 4 weeks. You can literally starve the bad guys and feed the good guys. Visually, the difference is stark. On one side, you have a healthy microbiome, a diverse, vibrant garden of many different species working in harmony. On the other, a state of dysbiosis, a barren landscape, overgrown with a few dominant sugar-hungry weeds. This imbalance is at the root of those uncontrollable cravings. Let's break down the 3 most common cravings and what they're really telling you about your gut health. We'll start with the one that trips up so many of us. First, an intense, almost constant craving for sugar and sweets. While you might blame a lack of willpower, the root cause is often biological, stemming from an imbalance in your gut microbiome. This is frequently linked to an overgrowth of yeast, like Candida albicans, a condition known as dysbiosis. Think of these microbes as tiny sugar monsters living inside you. They thrive on simple sugars, and to ensure their own survival, they get very clever. As they multiply, they release specific chemical byproducts that can hijack your body's communication systems. These chemicals directly stimulate the vagus nerve, which acts like a superhighway connecting your gut to your brain. This sends a powerful, almost irresistible "eat sugar now" message that can easily override your rational thoughts. It's not just in your head, it's a physical demand originating from deep within your gut. There's another critical factor at play: your serotonin levels. Did you know that around 90% of this vital, feel-good neurotransmitter is produced in your gut? When your gut health is compromised by inflammation or dysbiosis, serotonin production can plummet. Your brain, sensing this deficit, knows a quick, albeit temporary fix. Eating simple carbs and sugar gives you a rapid, temporary boost in serotonin, creating a fleeting sense of calm and happiness. But it's a trap. This quick fix is followed by a sharp crash, leaving you feeling even lower than before and triggering even more intense cravings. It's a vicious cycle of borrowing happiness from tomorrow. Action. So how do you break free? First, bust the myth that artificial sweeteners are a healthy swap. Research shows they can also disrupt the gut microbiome and may even enhance sugar cravings. The real solution is to starve the bad microbes and feed the good ones. Gradually reduce refined sugar, starting with sugary drinks. Then, bring in reinforcements by adding probiotic-rich foods like kimchi, sauerkraut, and kefir. Finally, stabilize your blood sugar with foods rich in magnesium and chromium, like leafy greens, nuts, seeds, and broccoli. This helps break the crash and crave cycle. Second, cravings for bread, pasta, and other refined carbs. This goes beyond simple hunger. It's often tied directly to your brain chemistry and the regulation of serotonin and dopamine. The science here is fascinating. When some people digest gluten from wheat, it can break down into peptides that act like opiates in the brain. They're called exorphins, exo for external, and orphan like morphine. These compounds can cross the blood-brain barrier and bind to opioid receptors, creating a soothing, almost euphoric effect. Your brain remembers this feeling, and when you're stressed or anxious, it will push you to seek out that comforting bowl of pasta to self-medicate. This is compounded by the blood sugar roller coaster. Refined carbs are digested incredibly quickly, causing a massive spike in blood sugar and a corresponding surge of insulin. The insulin does its job too well, and your blood sugar plummets, leaving you feeling tired, irritable, and mentally foggy. Your brain's immediate solution? Crave more quick energy carbs to get back up, perpetuating the cycle. Action. To combat this, increase your intake of tryptophan-rich foods like eggs, turkey, and pumpkin seeds to naturally support your serotonin production. And here's a powerful tip. Add more resistant starch to your diet. This type of fiber, found in things like cooked and cooled potatoes or rice and slightly green bananas, bypasses digestion and feeds your good gut bacteria, providing slow, steady energy that keeps your blood sugar stable for hours. Third, intense cravings for salty snacks. If you find yourself constantly reaching for chips or pretzels, it might not be a simple habit. It could be a sign of adrenal fatigue or an electrolyte imbalance, both of which are deeply connected to your gut health. Your adrenal glands manage your stress response. Chronic stress, whether it's from work or from persistent low-grade inflammation originating in an unhealthy gut, can exhaust them. This can impair their ability to produce aldosterone, a crucial hormone that tells your kidneys to retain sodium to help manage blood pressure and fluid balance. When aldosterone levels are low, your body loses too much sodium, and it triggers a powerful craving for salt as a survival mechanism to restore balance. This brings us to a critical myth, that all salt is bad for you. The truth is, your body needs sodium to live. The problem is the highly processed table salt found in packaged foods, which is stripped of all its beneficial companion minerals. Action. First, hydrate smarter. Start your day with a glass of water containing a pinch of mineral-rich sea salt and a squeeze of lemon to replenish electrolytes and support your adrenals. Second, focus on mineral balance. Salt cravings are often a sign that you're low in potassium. Increase your intake of potassium-rich foods like avocados, bananas, and leafy greens. Finally, switch from processed table salt to unrefined sea salt or Himalayan salt to season your food. This provides the sodium your body needs along with dozens of other essential trace minerals. If you want a step-by-step plan to reset your gut and get your cravings under control, grab our free Gut Reset Blueprint. It's packed with food lists, recipes, and a 7-day action plan. Link in the description. It's crucial to understand that not all cravings are gut-driven. Many are psychological, born from stress, habit, or emotional triggers. That sudden, intense desire for ice cream after a tough day? That's emotional hunger, a response to feelings, not a physical need for fuel. But the line between emotional and physical cravings is often blurry because your gut is pulling strings behind the scenes. Here's the fascinating twist. Your gut bacteria can hijack this system and amplify emotional cravings. They communicate directly with your brain through the gut-brain axis. When you're stressed, your brain sends alarm signals down to your gut. In response, your microbes can influence your body's stress hormones and mood-regulating neurotransmitters, effectively turning up the volume on your desire for comfort foods. Let's look at the science. Chronic stress means chronically high levels of the hormone cortisol. This damages your gut lining, leading to inflammation and creating the perfect environment for unhealthy, sugar-loving bacteria to thrive. These microbes then send powerful chemical signals back to your brain, demanding more sugar. It's a vicious cycle. Stress feeds the bad bacteria, and the bad bacteria fuel your cravings, keeping you stuck. Breaking this cycle requires a two-pronged attack. First, Manage stress directly with practices like deep breathing, meditation, or gentle walks to calm your nervous system. Second, rebalance your microbiome. Starve the bad microbes by reducing processed sugar and feed the good ones with prebiotic foods like garlic and onions. Reinforce your gut army with probiotics from kefir and kimchi. By addressing both your mind and your microbes, you can reclaim control. Feed the good guys. Prebiotic fibers, onions, garlic, leeks, asparagus. Crowd out the bad guys. Fermented foods plus targeted probiotics. Balance blood sugar protein with every meal. Dehydration can feel like hunger. Remember, cravings aren't your enemy. They're clues. Listen to them, and you can turn your gut from a craving controller into your biggest health ally. Download your free gut reset blueprint below and start your transformation today. This was Better Inside Daily. We help you feel your best from the inside out, one gut-friendly habit at a time. If this video opened your eyes, subscribe and share it with someone who needs it.